New vibes with BMTV. Get ready, Zambia, because BMTV is about to bring you the hits with local stories, drama, comedy, and news that is all about you. Local vibes only. Catch stories from Lusaka to Livingston, towns to villages, Zambian stories told by Zambians. Drama and entertainment, from townships to trending shows, we have the best local content. News that you care about, local news, national pride, and what's happening in your hood. Your stories, our spotlight. We feature you, your talents, and your passions. Tune in now and let's vibe, Zambia. BMTV, Zambia's light, Zambia's voice.
Your mind to put them at 21 hours in Britain, BMTV. But 21 hours perfect with the button of Pac-Man match on the for late night show now. Pac-Man walking back with
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Esther Chungunya Tando, and you are watching BMTV channel 114. God bless.
Good evening. You are watching BMTV and welcome to The People Decide. We continue to examine the 2026 general elections, the results coming through from across the country and the issues that are shaping the credibility of the process. As the Electoral Commission of Zambia continues announcing results from the constituencies across the country, there is growing political debate not only about who is winning and losing, but about whether the process itself has been transparent. Opposition parties have raised concerns over some of the results and the manner in which certain announcements have been handled. There are also being, serious allegations of abductions and involving members and supporters of political parties, particularly in the NRPUP. Tonight, we bring in the perspective of a political party that is also part of the governing alliance. Join me this evening as I have a chat with Charlie Mazabuka, Secretary General of the National Restoration Party, NAREP. Mr. Mazabuka, thank you for coming to BMTV. Thank you for making time to join us this evening.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad that you're hosting me here.
I hope I correctly pronounced your surname.
Mazabuka.
I had a feeling. But let's go with that one. Let's begin broadly. Having followed the elections from polling day to the results that have been announced so far, how would you rate the credibility of this election?
I think they've been free and fair.
Okay.
Very free and fair. Probably one of the best elections that we've had so far, from time immemorial when we began to see the voting when we were young. I think this is one of the best so far. Free, fair, and very peaceful.
Okay, there have been lots of questions from the opposition. I mean, particularly today, we did see that there were some concerns about the results being double mentioned or announced, if you like.
Yeah.
The ECZ did clarify that, but you know, in this day and age, are we in a position to be having such errors? What's your take on that?
Definitely. There always been margins of error whether human beings, they're not machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could see that they're having printouts. So the other printout was obviously put together with, that was Kembe.
Kembe, apparently it's supposed to be Kembe East and West.
And West. So they put Kembe East, which was mentioned the other day, as Kembe West.
Okay.
So they didn't mention what was for Kembe West. They mentioned for what was for Kembe East, but it had no bearing on the breakdown of the votes.
Okay.
Yes, because what can I say? How can I put it? They had put the results on the sheet for Kembe West, but the madam mentioned for Kembe East.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the consolidated number of votes was not affected.
Okay, still on that subject of some of the concerns that have been raised by the opposition, they mentioned earlier as well that, you know, they're not having sit-downs with the powers that be before these results are announced. So there's just, you know, verification of some sort before anything is put out to the country. Your president, Mr. Ezra Ngulue, strongly condemned that and said, called it time wasting. Right now, in your view, do you deem that free and fair? Because understanding from the perspective of the opposition, I think it's if it was mentioned, it's only fair that they do see these results before they're announced, and they verify obviously with what figures they have with their people on the ground.
No, I think when ECZ is mentioning or is speaking to us as stakeholders, giving us these results,
right?
We, the stakeholders, have already results from our polling stations.
Okay.
Through the Gen 20 now.
Yes.
Yeah, we have that. So we only can raise issues if what we have is not tallying with what they're telling us.
Okay.
But you don't expect ECZ to give us results. We are having them. Then again, they should ask us, should we go ahead and start giving you these results? Are they okay with you there? Are they the same face? You see that there'll be like time wasting. But this thing happens first start from the polling stations.
Right.
So the polling station, people will vote. They will count the ballots. They will verify each number of votes a candidate picks, and all responsible monitors, observers will sign on the Gen 20, right? So this time we're saying both the UPND as well as the NRUP, RP, or whatever political party present there who has an agent there will sign and agree that these are the correct results here. Okay. Then they will announce, okay, so who and who got these, and then they will send to whoever their representatives are here at the totaling center. Okay, so now ECZ will get the same results as those that we will get as well from our people down there. So there will be no need for ECZ again to call us as stakeholders and, okay, what did you have there on the Gen 20? This is Kembe West. What did you have? So now can we go ahead after everything? Can we go ahead and start announcing? It will take us probably 3-4 weeks just doing that.
Yeah.
Verifying. So everything has been done manually and it has been brought down to us. So the job of ECZ now is just to announce the results. It's like what my president mentioned.
Right.
You are wasting time trying to answer questions, and this is not the time for answering questions from anybody. It's the time that you give the results, and if we have a query, we write to ECZ, and that's the normal channel.
Right.
We write to ECZ, okay, we have a query here, we have a query there. Okay, there's also question time, okay? They give that time. Okay, now you can ask your questions. It's also what helped with bringing back to normalcy what the officer, when the officer called Kembe East as Kembe West. Okay, there was that period when they were given to speak.
Yeah.
So that is very normal. They observed an anomaly, and they corrected it very quickly.
Okay.
Even though it had no bearing on the consolidated results. Yeah. So they corrected it there and then. It was good. That's how you do it. Now imagine if we have to go the Mr. Kasonde Mwenda way, who wants we move from there, those guys move, they call us at a hole, then we start going, oh, this is Kariba constituency. Siamunene got so. Kavanze got so. Okay, Chilanga constituency. Klazo got so. Whoever it was got so. Imagine the time we would waste.
Right.
We have the information. You have the same information. I have the same information, and they have the same information. So why don't we just allow them to actually give it as it is, as we are looking at our paper? If we find that, oh, okay, I think they've erred here, they've missed. My candidate got 7,840, but they've said 740. I think they say, oh, okay, what I have here, my Gen 20 is telling me
Something different.
Yeah, I think then you can correct.
Okay, we now have results from a significant number of constituencies, 105 out of the 226. Do you believe the pattern emerging genuinely reflects the will of the Zambian people?
Yes, from my point of view, I think yes. You will agree with me, comrade, that if people want to change, the turnout is usually heavy. The turnout is usually very, very heavy.
Right.
People want to change. We've seen this. Some of us were very young, 91. My father was actually very active youth in the MMD.
Okay.
So we saw that when rallies when Mr. Chilwa came for the rallies, also 2001, we saw that. Also, is it 2001? We didn't have a change, did we?
No,
we did not have. But there was about to be a change. Of course, there was some mathematics that happened. But of course, we still continue with the same government. But 2011, there was a significant change. People didn't want anything to do with UP, the MMD then. So they changed. There was a heavy turnout. Then we recently just saw it 5 years ago, 2021. Everybody wanted to vote. People were going, as I think most polling stations, not the way it did where we had 02, some maybe one or two, ending at 02. We had polling station actually closing the following day in the morning. The actual morning, not the 02 morning, but 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how much people spoke. But this time around, you could see that many people, well, they're quite satisfied. They want the government to continue. I think they've been satisfied with every policy that the government has implemented towards building this country. So these that came to vote were actually protecting the reserves. Yeah.
NAREP is in alliance with the UPND.
Yes.
Let me put you directly to this scenario. Does the alliance make it difficult for NAREP to independently assess the fairness of an election in which your political partners are major beneficiaries? I mean, do you genuinely feel that people actually went out to vote now because they want continuity as NAREP independently?
Independently, yes. As NAREP, they want continuity. There's nothing to change right now, for sure.
There has been lots of complaints with how some of the issues have been handled. I'll tell you particularly with energy, people have complained 4 years of load shedding non-stop.
Was it really 4 years?
Do you feel? Yes, it has been 4 years.
Let's put it this way. It's good. It was 4 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. But we had
issues.
In
your take?
We had issues. The president doesn't control, or the government doesn't control the weather. Okay. Remember, the drought didn't just start now. We had droughts somewhere around, is it 2015, between 2013 up to 15. We had English, it came by boat. We had little rains, not enough rains, right?
Right.
Then there was a period after 2015, 2016, somewhere 17, we again had a drought, right? Now,
but yet we've had stories of the country exporting.
Hold on. This is not the first time that we've had load shedding. Yes, the country exports power. It's true. They sign concessions
of an ordinary Zambian for 4 years.
They sign agreements with the neighboring countries, and you just don't go overnight. It's, because my children are suffering, I'm cutting off this. It has got consequences, ripple effect consequences, right? So, during the time that the UPND came into power, they found all these things. They were there. Second thing is that they found that there was a debt with Mozambique. We as a government under the rule of the Patriotic Front, had an agreement with Mozambique to get power from there, right? And then we'll be paying, but they never paid. But power was being supplied from Mozambique to Zambia.
Right.
Okay. So now those guys cut off that supply. That at the time that we needed it most, during the time that we had heavy drought here.
Right.
Okay. So they cut that. Secondly, Mamba Collieries thermal plant. We, as a government, the government was owing Mamba Collieries, and they cut off supply. So what does the government do? The new government, what does it do? It goes there. Okay, can you do this? They say, no, we can't. You have to pay. Mamba Collieries, can you do this? You have to pay. So their government had to work on modalities or ways in which they could pay the debt and have those guys supply us power. Pay Mamba continue to supply power. But then sit down again with Mamba. Okay, how can we get into a partnership of building another thermal plant in your land that is going to be controlled by you and us? Okay, so they're building a second 300 megawatts of thermal power in Mamba. They didn't only stop there. They've been building solar plants across the nation to try and make sure that in the time that in the near future, or maybe the long-term future, when we're going to be faced with crisis that affects hydro, we'll still have power using solar power as well as thermal. So they've done so many power plants, solar power plants, as well as another thermal plant in Livingstone.
Right.
So they've not just stopped there. There's still a presidential initiative of 2 megawatts per constituency. Now, this will drive the economy. They'll be able to export power and have enough power for the nation, as well as supply the mines. Come rain, come sunshine, we'll have power. Now, that is a government that thinks for its people. You and me will complain now because it is affecting us now. But you see, a parent who is the government, who plans for you long term, is seeing the benefit for you tomorrow. You, the child, will cry now. It's like in the house. You and me have parents. Children will tell you, no, you are hit with a crisis. Maybe you've lost your job, or probably they haven't paid you on the right time. They've moved you something. There's some things that are happening at work, right? Children will not see that, right? They want to eat as they were eating, as they ate yesterday, as they ate the other day. But you come home, you've got no money. You tell your wife, you tell your children, guys, just bear with me here, just drink a little bit of some water. Maybe we'll eat in between breakfast and supper, somewhere around 16, 17, so that we're able to hammer here and sleep. You know, they will not understand. They will cry.
Yes.
They will cry. Everyone will be like, I know, but Father is not keeping us well, or this and that. But you see, you are working on ways in which, how do I find money to make sure that my children eat? You run around, when you find the money and bring it, feed them, do even extra things that probably they didn't even expect. Again, they'll say, but mdala. Sometimes they don't even appreciate. Sometimes they will not appreciate. Others will appreciate.
All right, Mr. Mazabuka, critics will argue, or somebody at home right now listening to you explain that will say, look, the NAREP has a political interest in defending the electoral process because of its relationship with the UPND, right?
Yeah.
What's your response to that criticism?
Well, it's a yes and a no.
Let's start with the no.
No is that we are still an independent political party.
Okay.
And for us, when things are not so good, I think we voice out. We are on record having...
What's the one thing you would single out that you feel in the last 5 years the UPND didn't do correctly?
I think on our side, we have been critics of the Bill 7.
Okay.
Okay, maybe in the way that it was rushed.
Okay.
The content is very good, but we had felt in that instance that okay, perhaps they should have had a longer time to look at it and also include more stakeholders into it, so that every Zambian out there agrees with everything that they have. Probably even they should have even put it even in simple terms, local languages. How people should have understood from the lowest and educated person to the highest educated person, as in what is it that they want to include in our laws.
So it's just the process and how
The
how
process,
it was
yes,
somewhat rushed.
We were
Okay.
not happy about that.
All right, and then still on the alliance, I mean, what does it mean for the NAREP in practical political terms? Is this about a relationship of ideology, an electoral arrangement, or a strategic political alliance? What does NAREP look to gain from this relationship?
I think, like policy-wise, we discovered that as NAREP, we were very similar with how the UPND government was running or doing its or how they framed their policies. It was very, very similar. So we felt the things that they were implementing are things that were in our own manifesto, in our own policies. So we felt, oh well, why do we have to criticize the government that is actually doing most of the things that we are advocating for? So why don't we join forces to help reach the furthest of our people as a country? We are part of government. Even if I was to say I'm not non-political, I'm still government. So we that are players in the political systems as opposition parties, when you notice that your path is similar to your friend's path, why don't you just hold hands and work together?
So
to
now
serve
it
the masses.
doesn't expect anything from the UPND in return.
Well, we
I
expect
mean, if that, we don't know now because we're still getting results. The UPND does stay in power.
it will stay in power.
What happens to NAREP? Do we see you getting public office job offers? Do we see you, I want to understand what the alliance entails for NAREP in the UPND. Where are you going to be? Are you just going to be still in the back and say, well, we support everything that the UPND are doing. We resonate to their reforms.
Yes,
That's it.
that's it. We'll work from the background and just support every work like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And does NAREP have its own polling agents as well as observers independently compiling results that you're comparing with the ECZ?
We do, yes. We funded our own observers. Not really across the country, but we have Lusaka, Chipata, Southern Province, as well as the Copper Belt, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some opposition parties have questioned the declaration of the results in certain constituencies. Should every result announced by the returning officer be accepted immediately, or what disputed results can be subjected to further scrutiny? I do know for a fact now, I think there has been an incidents in the Matero constituency. Yes, at some point, one of the candidates was prematurely declared the winner. And now I think there's a reversal of the results. What's your take on that? How do you see that particular type of situation?
I think the problem is social media, you see. People that are playing around with social media, or some political parties that are using social media to spread falsehood. Okay, even before the returning officer declares somebody a winner, okay, you have people already declaring themselves winners. And so it goes out there as if, oh, so and so, Mr. Mazabuka has actually won the election, when not. Okay, so if everybody could wait for the right people, the right institutions to declare you the winner, I think that would be the best. I think it's best for our viewers out there, because it lessens a lot of anxiety, speculations. Yeah. Okay. So if we can allow the right institutions to declare winners, that would be better.
Speaking of declaring and announcing, I'll take you back. I know we have since moved on from it as the ECZ lifted that cancellation. But how would you rate their performance in this year's election so far in terms of announcing of results as well as just generally the voting process? I do know there was some complaints from quarters of society to say, look, the verification process on the voters' part to identification was tedious. How do you rate their performance? Sorry, I'll add on this as well. We did see just yesterday somebody bringing to our attention that it's unheard of to stop a counting process, and they had no right to do so.
Under which law?
I can't pinpoint that, but
do you know that the commission it has got laws,
right?
And so their laws actually tell them what to do. We are only spectators, and they do what is within their laws. The commission has got power to suspend an election or to cancel it altogether. So me and you or other observers or monitors have got nothing. We can't overrule the commission's decision. Okay. So, like, what happened? They had ECZ officials attacked. Their ECZ officials were attacked. Is it Mandevo? Somewhere there, Chawama. So they had the right to stop so that they find out what has happened. Their machinery, these are ballot boxes, had been picked by some people. We don't know. Allegedly. So they had that.
So that would constitute stopping an election counting?
Yes.
In a few incidents that were recognized or spotted, a whole election stopped.
Well, they decide. They decide so that stop everybody. We want to look at this critically, because if you're looking at this,
why not deal with those isolated incidents as they are? The few stop the counting in the few incidents or areas where these incidents are happening.
Well, like I said, they have the mandate, they have the power to do that according to their own laws, right? That govern the commission. So you and me, we will speculate. The best thing is to always wait upon the commission's I don't know what word. English is a problem here. Yeah, we wait for them to give us guidance.
All right.
Right. Yeah, I was looking for guidance. Whether they stop the entire election for a while, for hours, as they're trying to sort out the problem that is at hand.
But you
or
see,
they can say
that raises other questions. I mean, certain quarters of society, stakeholders that were curious to say, but maybe this could be another way to manipulate things.
You see, when you concentrate, when you tell them, everybody, okay, fine, let's keep doing whatever doing, keep counting inside. We're looking at this. You are actually allowing some other place, something similar to happen. You are giving, because it's business as usual. The other side, it's business as usual, and then you're looking at this problem. Someone will go that side again, disrupt. So what you do is halt everything, so that now nobody's going to come and say, okay, but hey, let's keep on counting. No. You tell them, no, we've been told to halt because we're looking at that problem. So you avoid all manner of disruption beyond what you can already manage. Yeah.
All right. There have also been serious allegations concerning abduction of NRPUP members and supporters.
Yeah.
What is NARIP's stand in these allegations? How do you look at it? Because clearly the narrative is, let's shake down the opposition by ensuring that all their strong leaders.
Who has been abducted? I'd like to know.
Well, I mean, if you, I don't know how busy you've been with following the results, but if you are sitting in the country, this should have been a story that you're aware of.
You see, the great part about me is sometimes I learn to filter things that don't make sense.
Okay.
I just run it through. It doesn't make sense to me. Because if you're talking about being abducted, you're abducted from where? Okay, those guys are now telling us, no, we were in a group, then the police came and abducted so and so. Where were the cameras? Because they're very good at getting cameras and taking photos or videos of what is about to happen before it even happens. Right? So why don't they do that? Give us that evidence from their part. Okay, this person has been abducted. And then this person, suddenly, 2-3 days after being abducted, this person appears. You were abducted. The person says, no, I want to come categorically to tell you that here, there was no abduction that happened to me or other. You remember that man, Mr. Chisanga? Is it Chisanga or something? He mentioned that. So these guys are just creating abductions, fake abduction, to what? To alarm the country, to try and set the country ablaze. And it's unfortunate that we have such people that instead of having the love for their country, go and observe an election. If you're losing, you're losing. If you're going to win, you're going to win. Do not alarm the country and try to tell the country, no, my head is on the chopping board, I'm ready to die and to be killed. You don't do that. Okay? Just recently, talking about abduction, somebody reported that he was abducted by a group of 40 soldiers. May we call them a battalion or something? 40 soldiers as well. It's a battalion, right? It's just from there.
I'm not very familiar with
the army
terminologies in the army, but
40 soldiers abducted this person with his wife and family. They were taken to, allegedly, to an unknown location. Interrogated. After being interrogated, they were now taken back to the house and then shot at in the house. Hey, normal. A trained military soldier would point a gun at you and miss and just leave powder on your head. That's a lie. You can see, you already even saying, have you posted the photo to the video to remember to send it to Manuel Mwamba in America? What will it be doing in America, the video that is happening here? Huh? A cartridge, a gun cartridge, a bullet cartridge in the chamber has gunpowder. Gunpowder is used to ignite the actual bullet. Right? It hits there. Now, as and when the casing drops around the area, it doesn't have white powder. It's dark. It's been ignited. It's dark. Unless maybe we're talking about the Mpembera Sokere, but even it didn't have white powder. Okay? Now, after it grazes your hair, leaves enough powder there, it goes, I don't know how that person in the trousers, I don't know how tall that man is, or that woman is, literally, that the bullet went through the head. You know, I know I'm bored, and so my head looks a bit similar to a person. So,
right.
You know, it goes that way. It goes and pierces the trousers, missing the leg, or I don't know, maybe it hammered the leg, it was bulletproof. Then it goes to go and hit the wall. And I think there was also a woman involved in the video. It hammered and hit the wall. Honestly. Is that true?
Well, it's alleged. But anyway, let me bring you back now to
just that. But would a soldier, a trained soldier, miss you at this range? Because even a child would definitely kill you. He wouldn't miss you here. No. So they are creating these videos to try and send a narrative there that someone wants to kill them. Already, if you remember, they cancelled going to Southern Province, alleging what? No, they've planted snipers, and their intelligence has told them that there are snipers as well as police, heavy police waiting for them to ambush them, to kill them. So they didn't want to have innocent Zambians, the Zambians they love, to be found in the fracas or to be killed, because they would have been protected. So they already created that. If there was a sniper, you think they would wait for that person to be at to be in Southern Province? They'll kill you anywhere. But you see, Zambia is not like that, and these guys are trying to bring that kind. God forbid, if they got this country, God forbid, would be in a mess already. When there was an artificial, when he artificially announced himself as president, you know what happened? People already, these guys wanted to go in the streets to go and what? To go and start taking over the markets and the buses. Lawlessness already, it just started like that. And these are the people that we would want back in our country. Would go back 20 years. So let's be very careful. Let's not listen to anything that comes on the media, because this person has said, oh, in fact, this chap from this, what's the name of this guy, JJ? He says, 20 people have been killed in Solwezi. 20 people have been killed. Then this guy calls me, you see, Mambo Paya Bantu, 20 people were Paya Solwezi. My friend, 20 people, you think 20 people would pass would not be reported in our mainstream media? That's huge. So where are those 20 people that nothing are to date? But there are some people that are so gullible, they would listen. And they love gullible people. And this is the reason why they have always championed, or they have always been against free education. Because an uneducated society is a recipe for destruction in the future. Already you saw how much junkies were having. From all these years, they were just accumulating. Unfortunately, we can't bring them back. We don't want them back. We want a sober, good society. That's the reason why we have free education. And free education must not be condemned. Shame to anybody that is condemning free education. Of course, the results cannot be seen now, because this is when it has started. But believe me, 10 years from now, I'm not going to go out there in the street as a politician and say, oh, my God, let's go, we go and threaten that one. They'll say, what has it done? Okay. What has he done? Why should you go and threaten this guy or perhaps beat him up? No, because he's my opponent. No, but okay, let's listen to him. Because they will be informed, they would have been, that's the goodness part with school.
Right.
Of course, we're having a lot of children in school, but it shows that there was something missing here. So many people could not afford to send their children to school. So now that they've been taken back to school, that's step one. They've been given a platform of having free education. That is step one. So step two, we had schools that had been built by the late ACO, right? And then they were not enough. CDF is also stepping in, building more classrooms. Development of such magnitude doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Then again, you need to employ teachers. Of course, they've employed more than 45,000. They're still employing more than teachers to try and do the pupil teacher ratio thing. But you see, the first step is that school places have been given to every person for free.
Right.
Then the other things now are coming into place. That's the first thing. So we cannot condemn it, no, because there are 100 in a classroom, there are maybe 120 in a classroom. It's good. It's a positive response. So me as a leader, if I'm opposing that, and maybe I'm supposed to say, okay, let's quickly, when you vote us into government, we're going to look at quickly building schools.
Right.
Okay, and also employing more teachers to try and have this, maybe make it more quality. I mean, that would make it more quality. But you see, you start from, it's the same thing. I remember my uncle, okay, my father, the eldest brother to my father. He said, when they started school, they used to write on the ground. They're being taught, and they're writing on the ground. So, meaning after school, they would leave without anything. they'll just have a memory that, oh, we were learning how to write 3, 4, 5.
Right.
This is how you write it. But we were writing in the sand. And of course, tomorrow when you go back, you find it's not there, right? Mm-hmm. There was an improvement. Books started coming. Pencils started coming. They were sitting on the ground. They started sitting on paws. Eventually, they started building classrooms. They started sitting on stones, maybe those benches, mud and brick kind of benches. Eventually, desks started coming in. They started writing on the board.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's not magic.
All right. As we continue to receive more results for these elections, how do you see the remaining constituencies going?
As NARP, we're very happy with how it has been. I think the president has really traversed the entire country to canvass for votes, which is a good thing. And we can see how now he's performing across the country. All this is because of his works, the things that he has implemented in the 5 years. And people are appreciating it. And everybody across the country are seeing that, okay, I think this is a leader. For sure, he has the heart of his people. And so we must return him. Now, in the so-called strongholds of our friends is where we're also getting, as an alliance, getting huge margins. Margins that we're not getting previously.
Okay.
Yeah, you find that you find maybe the difference is just 700 votes or 1,000 votes, 4,000 votes. You know, it means people have now accepted this man as a good leader. Previously, he was rejected, like he was being rejected in those areas. But I think they are now accepting that he means well for the country. But of course, you cannot convince everybody. That is why it's a democracy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he's getting good results from the strongholds of this opposition. Then in his stronghold, it's very good. I think the turnout has been very good. The voting is coming. It's something that we're all happy with. And I can tell you, sitting here proudly, I remember Mr. Given Luinda said that I will come here and I will tell you that Manyala, I'm not going to say that, but I will probably come here and tell you that the people have spoken.
Okay.
The people have spoken, and we are seeing how everybody's voting. Okay, of course, the opposition will tell you, oh no, the way they are voting in Southern Province, it's not good. It's not. But would you get votes in a place you never went to campaign? They don't know you. My grandmother in the village there does not know you. Do you think she's just going to come and say, I think I know him? I mean, whether I don't know him, but I'll look for him and I'll vote for him. She will look for somebody she has seen talk to her. And this is what is happening. So people should not say, no, Moneni Ofobale voter. No. Moneni Ofobale voter in Eastern Province. They are giving the incumbent votes. Why? Because they know him as well. They've spoken to him. The opposition are getting votes in Eastern Province because they went there. They know them. They left a word. They promised the people something, and people are voting based on the promissory note that was left on the table by the opposition and also by the incumbent, right? Northern Province, same. The opposition went, gave the so-called manifesto to the people. They sowed. The president went, sowed himself there. And people are voting according to the people that went and sowed themselves to those, you know. Luapula, same. Now, when it comes to Western Province, this is a province where before everything, you will first said, what is in Western Province? Why would you even need an international airport? What is there? So there are no people there. Or their own people can't. Don't we have the Kafue National Park, the Liwa National Park, the Kuomboka there? We've got human beings that, are able. So you tell them that, and then you expect people who have a brain to also remember your words to vote for you. When they know that if you put you into power, there's nothing, you will not bring development here because you've already told them that there is nothing there. You will not get votes. Southern Province, you're supposed to garner for votes in Southern Province. You're supposed to go there. But what do? You say you hold a virtual rally. Virtual. How many people have got smartphones in the villages? Or even able to listen to ZNBC or any media outlet to know that, okay, Mr. Mazabuka is going to hold a virtual rally for Southern Province. You've missed an opportunity of meeting people one-on-one, vis-a-vis, like they say it, right? You face them.
Yeah.
You've missed that opportunity and you expect them to vote for you. They've not seen you. They don't know you. They've not heard your voice. You talking to them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we come into power, we'll buy you excavators. We'll also buy you, we'll remember to get you taxis. In fact, we'll even make you, all of you, millionaires. You've not told them that. You expect them to vote for you? No, sir, that's not true. They can't vote for you.
Finally, Secretary General.
Sure.
What would you say to Zambians who are watching the results and beginning to question whether their votes have been genuinely respected?
I can say that it depends which camp you are in, right?
Okay.
So if you're looking at it from the other opposition's camp, they'll tell you, oh no, someone has rigged, right, an election. But then for those that are supporting the government, the current government, of course, the current president, they will tell you, our votes are counting because we stood on the line and we voted. So my vote is counting. Personally, I voted for him.
Okay.
And so far, where I voted from, he won. And then I'm saying, oh, okay, my vote counted. Those that voted and probably the president lost in those areas, your votes are not in vain. They're adding up to what he's getting elsewhere.
Okay.
So for us, we want the president to continue as NAREP. We want the UPND alliance to continue with the mandate of 5 years, with its developmental agenda, to continue with to continue with building the country, bring in more investors, also help grow investors from within the country, Zambians, to actually invest more into agriculture, as well as in the mining sector. I think that way, with the policies that the government has, by 2031, Zambia should be a country that the entire Africa is learning from. How is it? How is this man working? How is he leading his people? Okay, look, from minus from the negative inflation to positive, and then it's even it was what it was actually 24, right? To 6.5. Our culture is strengthened. Minds are thriving.
That being said, clearly you're confident.
Very
He's
confident.
going to win.
We are winning this election.
All right, Mr. Charlie Mazabuka, Secretary General of NAREP, thank you for joining us on the People Decide and for sharing your party and alliance perspective on the elections, the results so far, and the concerns emerging around the electoral process. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we end the show, but be sure and stay guaranteed that BMTV will certainly bring you the results as they unfold and as they are announced by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. My name is Damani Nkata, and this has been The People Decide. Thank you for watching.
Your mind to put them at 21 hours in Britain, BMTV. For 21 hours, perfect with the button. You are back, man, my son, for late night show. Now, pack, man, walk back.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Esther Chungunya Tando, and you are watching BMTV channel 114. God bless.
Hi, Mwizukanyi here. I am a proud Zambian woman celebrating the heritage of Mother Zambia. We've always shared our land with elephants and other wild animals. But human-wildlife conflict intensifies as our population keeps growing and the elephant habitat is shrinking. For people and animals to coexist, we must secure spaces and create corridors to give animals room to roam. By protecting these wild spaces, we can coexist with elephants, because together we can do better.
New vibes with BMTV. Get ready, Zambia, because BMTV is about to bring you the hits with local stories, drama, comedy, and news that is all about you. Local vibes only. Catch stories from Lusaka to Livingston, towns to villages, Zambian stories told by Zambians. Drama and entertainment, from townships to trending shows, we have the best local content. News that you care about, local news, national pride, and what's happening in your hood. Your stories, our spotlight. We feature you, your talents, and your passions. Tune in now and let's vibe, Zambia. BMTV, Zambia's light, Zambia's voice.